All right. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Today we have the PC-12, and we're flying out of Innsbruck, beautiful Innsbruck, Austria, over the mountains there to Milan. And I'm using Beyond ATC. They're injecting the traffic for me. And I just downloaded this new livery for the PC-12. I kind of like it. I like this gray livery here, so I'm going to try to treat this like as much of a real flight as I can. I am not a professional pilot. I'm not trained in reading charts. Everything I've learned is from YouTube, so we're just having a little fun. Yeah, here we go. Let's hop in. See what we can do. Alright, let's turn on the plane. Let's get our electrical buses up. Get on battery, and actually what I'm going to do is, that's the wrong one. I want to look at, can we get checklists? We can't get checklists without getting started, really, so turn the beacon on, and no smoking seatbelts. Let's test the EPS first, and then let's arm it, and let's go ahead and hit run and start. Then once we get our generators on, we should have those other screens and have our checklists. So there we go. Engine instruments are coming up in the green. Our propellers turned towards the idle position, and we're getting started up. While we're here, we'll do a flight controls check. Looks good to me. Okay, back in the plane. Now that we're started up, let's get our generators going so we can see these other screens, and we can look at our checklist now. Checklist. Normal. Before engine start, avionics master switch, parking brake is set, standby power, EPS we tested, EPS is on, battery switch is on, landing gear 3 green down. And fuel quantity, check that. There we go. It wouldn't let me go to the rest of the checklist. Checklist complete. Starting engine, navigation lights and beacon on, so we need to do that. Nav and beacon. Cast check, I'm not sure what that is. Something airspeed, check airspeed or something possibly, or we're at 0. That's good. We're not going anywhere. Engine master's on. We started. Oil pressure looks good, and generators are on. Checklist complete. Before takeoff, we're going to set our flaps, and we'll do that now to 15 degrees. Flight controls, we just checked. Inertial separator. Let's turn that on. Landing light. Let's get that on. And strobe. Strobe is on. Checklist complete. Alright, we'll do the after takeoff after we take off. So let's get ready for our transponder. I'm going to go ahead and do just heading mode. We'll sync the heading, and we'll set the altitude at like 4,000. We'll just see what they give us. And in Europe, they give hectopascals, not inches of mercury. This plane is in inches of mercury. I don't know how to change that, so I'm probably just going to use comma to match up the altitude with what they give us in the ATIS. So let's check out the ATIS. Check out the weather here. I've been kind of trying to chase IFR conditions because I really just want to fly more SIDS and stars. So we'll see what they give us today.
00. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information echo. Innsbruck Airport information echo. 1244 Zulu. Wind variable. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 1,500. Ceiling 2,200 broken. Temperature 08. Dew point 05. QNH1015. Landing and departing runway 08. Transition level 100. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information echo.
Okay, so transition level will be 10,000 feet. What else? We have information echo, ceilings at 2200, altimeter 1015. I'm going to change the, I'm going to hit the comma. So that automatically changed it for us. Let's see, what else do we need to do? 08, we need to look at the
Austrian
chart real quick.
905, ramp 10, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Ramp 10 taxi at my discretion. Austrian 905.
So we're parked here, so it looks like we're going to taxi down Alpha to 08, hold short 08. For now, that's what it looks like. Let's just keep that handy. And let's give, we're connected to tower, so let's make our call. And of course we're going to have a loud plane next to us. Where are they going? Alright, they're shutting down. That's good. Today I am Knight Rider 26. Innsbruck Tower, Knight Rider 26 with information echo. Request IFR clearance to Milan.
Knight Rider 26, Innsbruck Tower. Thanks for information echo. Expect runway 08, Brino 2 Juliet departure. Initial climb to 8,000 feet. Squawk 1000.
Expect runway 08, Brino 2 Juliet departure. Climb to 8,000 feet. Climb to 8,000 feet. Squawk 1000. Knight Rider 26.
Knight Rider 26, read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Affirmative, Knight Rider 26. Okay, so we need to import our flight plan and make sure we have that departure. Knight Rider 26 to Milan, 19,000 feet, and let's import that route. All right. No discontinuities, that is good. Altitude would say 19,000? Yeah, I think it said 19,000. Is our cruise altitude. Speed looks good. Transition altitude is 10,000. Runway 08, Brino 2, Bren 2 Juliet departure. Looks good. And on the way into Milan, we just have runway 17 right for now. That may change. Let's go ahead and send this over. Seems like a kind of a tight turn there.
07 Whiskey, exit right next available taxiway.
We need to squawk 1000.
Exit right next available taxiway, Dolomiti 07 Whiskey.
Alright, let's look real quick at our departure. So it looks like, okay, this is the Brino 2 Juliet here.
Dolomiti 07 Whiskey,
Cool.
ramp 19
I mean,
taxi
should
at
be able to
pilot's
just nav
discretion.
that and be okay.
Ramp 19 taxi at my discretion, Dolomiti 07 Whiskey.
We'll still sync the heading bug when we get on the runway, just in case it gives us headings, but we'll just most likely be on nav and climb to 8,000 feet. So I've got that in there and locked in. So we are pretty much good to go. I'm going to go ahead and make my call. Loud plane. Innsbruck Tower, Knight Rider 26, request push and start.
Knight Rider 26, Innsbruck Tower, pushback approved. Face west.
Pushback approved, face west, Knight Rider 26. So it's probably not, I don't know how to steer the pushback. Just using the in-game pushback. Will my rudders do it? No. That's okay, I just wanted to get out here and get turned. This should work. Parking brake's gonna come back on. Innsbruck Tower, Knight Rider 26, ready to taxi.
Knight Rider 26, runway 08, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Runway 08, taxi at pilot's discretion, Knight Rider 26. Don't want to taxi super fast, but let's get there. That is really big. Am I going there? Okay. Do it. Oh, that makes more. Okay, that makes sense. I thought we were going to be taking off this way and trying to clear that mountain, but we're going to go here. Okay. Like, a little bit confused there for a second. Innsbruck Tower, Knight Rider 26, holding short 08, ready for departure.
Knight Rider 26, Innsbruck Tower, wind variable, runway 08, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 08, cleared for takeoff, Knight Rider 26. I'm going to hit comma just one more time, just in case the altitude has changed. And remember to sync the heading bug. That's what I learned last flight was I'm flying along, and I swapped over to heading, and we just started turning because my heading was not synced at all. Okay, let's get lined up. Sync the heading. We're on nav. We've got flight level changed to 8,000. Throttle up. Feet on the brakes. Make sure the instruments stay in the green. We're in takeoff mode and let off. Let's maintain center line. Today we're going to rotate at 82 knots. We'll get the gear up. We'll get flaps up about 120 knots, and then we'll go ahead. Once 2 to 300 off the ground, we will swap over to autopilot. Rotate. My yoke is a little sticky right now. Okay, there we go. Positive rate of climb, gear up. 120 knots, flaps up. That's about 2,000 feet. Let's go ahead and autopilot on.
128.975.
128.975, Night Rider 26. Innsbruck departure, Night Rider 26, 3,000 climbing, 8,000.
Night Rider 26, Innsbruck departure, identified. Climb to 10,000 feet.
Climb to 10,000 feet, Night Rider 26. Kind of like this livery. The gray looks pretty good. And transition level was 10,000 feet, so when we get there we'll swap over to standard. See if we can poke through the clouds. Still have inertial separator on, that kind of helps with ice. I'm going to turn our probe heat on since our dew point and temperature were so close together. And we'll be punching through these clouds. See how we're looking on our track, looking good.
Night Rider 26, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Over to 124.4, Night Rider 26. What'd she call that? Something center? Vienna Center. Alright. Makes sense, we're in Austria. Vienna Center, Night Rider 26, 8,100, climbing flight level 10.
Night Rider 26, Vienna Center, good afternoon. Radar contact. Climb to flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Night Rider 26. So this is the danger of clouds and valleys and mountainous terrain. Look at that.
Center, Skyalps 1931, flight level 188.
Alright, we're headed up to 190. We're just passing 10,000, so I'll swap over to standard.
Identified. Climb to flight level 240.
Standard at this time, and
Climb to flight level 240.
we can go ahead and turn our landing light.
1931.
Seatbelts are fine, those can come off. After takeoff, landing gear is up, yaw dampener is on, inertial separator can come off. Flaps are up, landing and taxi lights are off. Checklist complete. Hopefully we get some sporadic clouds here on the way so we can see the Dolomites maybe off to the left and the Italian Alps to the right.
Smart Link 3 Golf Quebec, Vienna Center, identified. Eurowings 887.
What I can do is I take the drone camera and get below the clouds.
Contact Munich radar 120.65, Eurowings 887.
There we go.
Quiet Aviation 25 Bravo QNH1016.
So we have a way of seeing below the clouds now as we go.
QNH1016, expect the RNAV runway 04 with the Palm transition. Quiet Aviation 25 Bravo.
And we're making a turn.
Quiet Aviation 25 Bravo, descend to flight level
Everything looks good.
190.
Descend to flight level 190. Quiet Aviation 25 Bravo.
Forgot to mention we are on live weather, so this is the live weather. I just changed the time of day so I can see. I don't really like to fly at night. a simulator. Simulators are meant to be enjoyed, and the terrain's meant to be seen.
Vienna Center, Turkish 7 Delta Mike Heavy, flight level 360.
Just periodically
Turkish 7
checking
Delta
back,
Mike
making
Heavy,
sure we're
Vienna
on
Center
track.
Identified.
I like it.
Vienna Center, Magic Sun 8 Romeo. Good afternoon. Flight level 340. Magic Sun 8 Romeo, Vienna Center, radar contact. Dolomite 2 Mike, contact Munich radar 120.65. Have a good afternoon.
As we climb, this drone camel will climb as well, so I'm just kind of adjusting it down.
Mike. Have a good afternoon.
Once we get to 19, though, we're about there. So make sure we level out. Got some mountains poking out in front of us. I'm hoping we take a left here before this. You know, we're higher than it, I hope. And we're leveled out at 19. We're going to speed up to about 220 knots. Wind, we've just got barely any wind. We got a little bit of a headwind at 11, a tiny crosswind at 3. Ground speed currently is about 260 knots.
Ryanair 77 Romeo Juliet, contact Munich radar 120.65. Contact Munich radar 120.65. Ryanair 77 Romeo Juliet. Bye-bye.
Not sure why the drone focus mode always goes to back to disabled, even when I turn it on auto.
With Malta 237, contact Munich radar 120.65.
Center on 120.65. Was Malta 237.
Lufthansa 7 Uniform Mike, contact Milan radar 124.925.
Should be making our turn here soon, as of right now.
On 124.925,
Nice.
Lufthansa 7 Uniform Mike. Have a good afternoon.
Alright, current plan is, let's see, head down to, oh, we're just going to go. Okay, I don't know why it skipped all the way to the end, but center. So we're going to come down to this one. We've got some traffic here. It's another plane on the map, 1,600 feet below us. Head down to Brno. And we could probably do maybe just a direct to one of these, but just going to follow the plan. Got the Dolomites off to the left. Hopefully we can see them. And just enjoy the flight. Whoa. Okay. That's better. This game is ridiculous. Still blows me away. It's literally taking satellite pictures and turning it into 3D terrain and models.
Center on 120.65.
Nuts.
Dolomiti 8 Charlie Kilo.
Making it look this good. It's ridiculous.
Vienna Center, Sun Express 8 Victor Whiskey, flight level 353.
Sun Express 8 Victor Whiskey, Vienna Center, identified. Continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, Sun Express 8 Victor Whiskey.
Night Rider 26, contact Milan radar 124.925.
124.925, Night Rider 26. Milan radar, Night Rider 26, flight level 190.
Night Rider 26, Milan radar, identified. Winner Whiskey Alpha, descend to flight level 090. Descend to flight level 090, Winner Whiskey Alpha. Lufthansa 4 Hotel Victor, contact Vienna Center 124.4, bye-bye. Contact Vienna Center 124.4, Lufthansa 4 Hotel Victor. Winner Whiskey Alpha QNH1012, expect the ILS Whiskey Runway 0 for right with the Laren transition. QNH1012, expect the ILS Whiskey Runway 04 right with the Laren transition, Winner Whiskey Alpha. Skyalps 1963, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Center on 124.4, Skyalps 1963.
Pretty soon we'll be kind of the foothills of Bolzano, I believe. Bolzano, Italy here.
Lufthansa 3 Kilo Juliet, contact Vienna Center 124.4. Have a good afternoon.
Center on 124.4. Lufthansa 3 Kilo Juliet. Have a good afternoon.
We're going to fly right over Bolzano Airport here.
Ryanair 6 Papa Tango, contact Vienna Center 124.4. Bye-bye.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4. Ryanair 6 Papa Tango.
Things are looking good for now. Forgot to put us on auto throttle. It really doesn't matter, but never know.
Fraction 836 November QNH1012, expect the ILS Whiskey Runway 28.
QNH1012, expect the ILS Whiskey Runway 28, fraction 836 November.
Fraction 836 November, 59 miles from Lhasa, turn right, heading 215, maintain 3,500 feet until established, cleared ILS Whiskey Runway 28.
Turn right, heading 215 at 3,500 feet until established, cleared ILS Whiskey Runway 28, fraction 836 November.
Fraction 836 November, contact Rio Tower 125.875.
Contact Tower 125.875, fraction 836 November, have a good afternoon.
With Malta 8 Echo Juliet, contact Vienna Center 124.4. Bye-bye. Center on 12 for decimal 4 with Malta 8 Echo Juliet. Winner Whiskey Alpha, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH1012.
Descend to 3,000 feet, QNH1012, Winner Whiskey Alpha.
Dolomite 5 Yankee November, descend to 4,000 feet. Descend to 4,000 feet, Dolomite 5 Yankee November. Tarom 383 Delta, contact Zurich radar 126.225, bye-bye.
Contact Zurich radar 126.225, Tarom 383 Delta. Have a good afternoon.
Mellon Radar, Sun Express 8 Victor Whiskey. Good afternoon. Flight level 370.
Sun Express 8 Victor Whiskey, Milan radar, identified. Night Rider 26, Milan radar, expect Aztec 3 Echo, runway 35 left.
I'm gonna let my co-pilot answer that.
Expect Aztec 3 Echo, runway 35 left, Night Rider 26.
Air Hop 78 Lima Charlie, contact Ljubljana radar 135.275. Contact Ljubljana radar 135.275, Air Hop 78 Lima Charlie, have a good afternoon.
Okay, so they told us to expect the Aztec 3 Echo, runway 35 left, so 35 left. 3 Echo.
Milan Radar, Power Blade 7 Bravo, flight level 214.
Now, do I do the RNAV or do I do, what do I do?
Power Blade 7 Bravo, Milan radar, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 230.
Continue climb to flight level 230, Power Blade 7 Bravo.
Sunturk 6 Juliet Charlie, contact Zagreb radar 124.85, bye-bye.
Three-five left. And we're looking for the Aztec 3 Echo. Ooh, that's a busy one. That's kind of cool. They didn't tell me ILS or RNAV or anything, so...
Ocean 2 Romeo Juliet,
just,
Milan radar, expect Betos 1 Bravo, runway 26 left.
Expect Betos 1 Bravo, runway 26 left, Ocean 2 Romeo Juliet.
Dolomite
35
5
left,
Yankee
Aztec
November,
3,
turn
let's
right,
insert that.
heading 005, descend to 3,000 feet. Turn right, heading 005, descend to 3,000 feet, Dolomite 5 Yankee November.
Look at that, that's nuts.
Winner Whiskey Alpha, clear direct Laren, cross Laren at or above 3,000
Look at
feet.
that arrival.
Cleared ILS Whiskey runway 0.
Got all our
right.
constraints.
Cleared direct Laren, cross Laren at or above 3,000 feet. Cleared ILS Whiskey runway 04 right, Winner Whiskey Alpha.
Okay, so now that we have that, let's look
Eurowings for Mike
at
Hotel,
the
Milan
chart.
radar, expect right at 3 Alpha, runway 16 left.
Expect right at 3 Alpha, runway 16 left. Eurowings for Mike Hotel.
It's going to be a pretty crazy chart. Above 4,000 at
Dolomite 5
inlet.
Yankee November, 3 miles from CI
Just looking
09X.
for
Turn
the
right,
transition
heading
altitude.
065, maintain 2,200 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS X-ray runway 09er.
That's the RNAV star.
Turn right, heading 065, 2,200 feet until established. Cleared ILS X-ray runway 09er, Dolomite 5 Yankee November.
I do not see transition altitude.
Alpine 7 for Uniform Juliet. Contact Zurich radar 126.225.
We'll use 10,000 for it for now.
Contact Zurich radar 126.225. Alpine 7 for Uniform Juliet.
Dolomite 5 Yankee November. Contact Ronkai Tower 130.205.
Since it's an RNAV
Over to Tower 130.
arrival, does that mean it's an RNAV
Dolomite
approach?
5 Yankee November. Night Rider 26, Aztec Tree Echo, runway 35 left. Report ready for descent.
Aztec Tree Echo, runway 35 left. Call when ready, Night Rider 26.
Night Rider 26, descend to flight level 120.
Descend to flight level 120, Night Rider 26. Okay, so let's go with altitude 120. We're going to go vertical speed. And go down about 1,000 feet per minute, 1,500.
Ocean 2 Romeo Juliet, Betos 1 Bravo, runway 26 left. Report ready for descent.
Betos 1 Bravo, runway 26 left, ready for descent. Ocean 2 Romeo Juliet.
Ocean 2 Romeo Juliet, descend to flight level 110.
Descend to flight level 110, Ocean 2 Romeo Juliet.
Kind of want to use vertical navigation, just let it do it for me. You know what? This is vertical speed. There is also something I read on Reddit. Let's see if it will allow me to do that. So I need to be below flight level.
Radar, Eurowings 96 Victor Foxtrot.
12,000
Good
here.
afternoon. Descending via Venus for Mike.
Cross
Flight level
it.
235.
Altitude at below 12,000. I can't do a vertical direct to.
Eurowings 96 Victor Foxtrot, Milan
Unfortunately.
radar, radar contact. Eurowings for Mike Hotel, right F3 Alpha, runway 16 left.
How fast am I
Report ready
going?
for descent.
285 divided by 2. That's
Right at 3 Alpha, runway 16 left, ready for descent. Eurowings for Mike Hotel.
I'm going to descend about 1,400.
Eurowings for Mike Hotel, descend to
minute.
flight level 190.
Descend to flight level 190,
Oh, right there.
Eurowings for Mike Hotel.
Night Rider 26, contact Milan radar 125.63.
125.63, Night Rider 26. Night Rider 26, radar descending to flight level 120.
Night Rider 26 Milan radar, QNH1011, expect the ILS Zulu runway
There it is.
35 left with the inlet transition.
QNH1011 expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition. Night Rider 26.
There it is. Alright.
Night Rider 26, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH1011.
Okay, so they gave us QNH
Descend to
1011. I'm just
3,000
automatically
feet.
going to select that.
QNH1011, Night Rider 26.
Gotta wait till below 10,000 feet. So we need to get set up for the ILS. ILS Zulu 35 with the inler transition. So let's see what that looks like. Three-five left. ILS Zulu. Inler. get rid of Astig. Because it looks like they just wanted us to do direct to that. Delete that waypoint. Unless they still wanted us to do the arrival. But they didn't mention it in their transition. I feel like we're slowing down. We are. They wanted me at 3,000 feet though. So I'm just going to follow this. We'll continue with this vertical speed. Go down a little faster. I feel like if they want me at 3,000, then they don't really care if I'm, they don't really care to have me follow that approach that they gave me earlier. So we need the ILS chart. Let's see, chart. Approach. Destination. ILS Zulu 35 left. Let me see it. In their transition. Looks like our minimums are Cat 1 DM 900, I believe. In there, and then our we need 109.1. Like to put it in both the navs. .109.1, let's swap that one. 1091, 1091, we need our localizers on. Localizer. Let's go back to our map. Final probe 6 was D86. Expo initial fix. Xpop at 3000. Cool. So they have us at the right level. Inler Xpop 3000. We should pick up the ILS there. ILS 35 left, Zulu Inler, send that. What's our elevation? Our elevation is 9,000. We can get off standard, and I'm going to hit comma. Now we have the correct elevation in. How's our speed? Speed looks good. We're still on auto throttle. Let's sync the heading just for fun. And we're actually off from our nav just a ton, just a little bit. So I'm going to bring us back to our navigation. Need to turn right. I'm going to fly about 45 degrees to this line. I have nav selected, so it should turn to magenta once we connect back up with it. Get rid of this weather, because we know we're in weather. So we're coming back to our magenta line, or our green line, and it should turn magenta. We're going too fast. We've got auto throttle on. I'm going to dial it back just a little bit.
Speed.
I think we are descending a little fast. I'm going to bring it up to about 1,000. We're already at 6,900. I'm going to go back to auto throttle. And we're getting back on our navigation. Pitot heat is on. Inertial separator is coming on. Landing gear will be down. Taxi and landing lights will be on. Flaps will be for landing. Autopilot and yaw dampener will be disconnected. So that checklist is complete. And shut down.
Alpine 32 Mike Quebec Milan radar. Good afternoon. QNH1011 expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition.
QNH 1011, expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition. Alpine 32 Mike Quebec.
Speedbird 50 Mike, cleared direct inlet, cross inlet at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left.
Whoa.
Cleared direct inlet.
That was
Cross
crazy.
inlet at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS
This game still
Zulu
has some
runway
bugs here and
35
there.
Left. Speedbird 50 Mike.
We're in the soup. We can't see anything. So how far are we from Inler? We are... Speed distance. We're 37 nautical miles from Inler. So we still got plenty of time to come down. We're at 6,000, so... We only need to be at 4 at Inler anyway. I'm gonna hit comma again as we come down just to double check, make sure we have the right altitude. Not sure why it gave us that arrival first and then just put us on the approach, but that's fine with me. Don't have to fly that big long arrival. I think we got Lake Como up here somewhere. I'm gonna go back to my drone camera, but it's gonna be in the dirt. Oh, no, it's not. Surprising. Okay. Ooh, I forgot minimums. .1091 minimum straight in landing 35 left. Not sure what all these mean, but I'm gonna go with 896, which would put us at 200 feet above the ground. I'm not sure if that's right. Anyway, so let's go to our minimums. Go 896. We're not going to do a missed approach today, but it's good to just have minimums in. I don't know how I ran it so far past 896. Long-winded knob.
Night Rider 26, you off course. Clear direct RW35L, resume own navigation.
Great.
Wilco. Cleared direct RW35L. Resume own navigation. Night Rider 26.
Cleared runway 35 left?
Speedbird 50
Interesting.
Mike. Contact Malpensa
I don't know
Tower
why they said that, but
128.35.
maybe direct to the final for 35 left. I'm going
Over
to
to
in there.
tower 128.35. Speedbird 50 Mike. Bye bye.
That's weird. Maybe I can, we're at 3,000. Okay, we're still descending 3,000. What does that mean? Why would they clear me direct for 3.5 left when they had me on the inler?
Night Rider 26. Request direct to fix.
Night Rider 26. Roger. Say fix name.
Hopefully inler's on the list.
Request direct to Inler. Night Rider 26.
Night Rider 26. Inler is behind you.
That's not true.
Unable direct Inler.
Okay. Inler is not behind me. That's fun. I'm gonna go direct ECPOP. Get on the ILS for 3.5 left. I'm not sure, that was a little screwy. But I can't see anything, so I'm not sure we're going to be VFR right now. No.
Bye-bye.
Contact Tower 128.35. Contract 426.
As soon as we start making our turn to ECPOP, I'll get geared down. We'll get our flaps down. Make sure our landing taxi light, everything looks good there. Cool. The auto throttle may do it for us.
Milan Radar, Alpine 12 Victor Hotel. Good afternoon. Flight level 170 with information Victor.
Alpine 12 Victor Hotel Milan Radar. QNH 1011. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition.
QNH 1011. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition. Alpine 12 Victor Hotel.
Alpine 12 Victor Hotel. Cleared direct inlet. Cross inlet at or above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left.
Okay, we've slowed past first notch of flaps, so I'm going to do that.
Above 4,000 feet. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left. Alpine 12 Victor Hotel.
Gear is also going to come down.
Milan Radar. Contract for 68. Flight level 208, we have Victor on board.
Contract for 68 Milan Radar. QNH 1011. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition.
QNH 1011, expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition. Contract for 68.
Still got a ways to go here. Auto throttle's doing its thing.
All aircraft be advised information whiskey now current. QNH 1011.
1011. I'm not sure how on Beyond ATC I can listen to the ATIS for my arrival airport when it might screw it up if I swap frequencies, so I'm gonna have to read a little bit about that. They say whiskey. Whiskey. Almost ready to make our turn here. Can we see anything at all? A little bit.
Milan radar, Ryanair 6 Golf Bravo, flight level 165 with information whiskey.
Ryanair 6 Golf Bravo Milan radar, QNH1011 expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition.
QNH1011 expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 left with the inlet transition, Ryanair 6 Golf Bravo.
Ryanair 6 Golf Bravo, cleared direct inlet, cross inlet at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left.
Cleared direct inler, cross inler at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS Zulu runway 35 left, Ryanair 6 Golf Bravo.
We'll see what happens with the calls. I may switch over to tower, tell them when I'm established. They may tell me to go to tower, but it's kind of weird with, they gave me an arrival, an approach, and then they gave me a direct to the runway, so we'll see what goes here. Uh-oh. I am way low. It continued to drop me because I took altitude off. That was my bad. We are climbing. I'm gonna raise flaps and raise gear. I need to get back up to 3,000 like right now. Yeah, I turned off altitude. Probably should not have done that, obviously. Learn something new every time, man. I've never turned off the altitude. I don't even know why I did that. Okay, we're back on course. I'm gonna let it plane slow us down here. I'm gonna swap over to tower. Let's see, frequencies. Milan tower. 35 right. 5 left. Now we are back to our correct elevation. I'm going to bring flaps down and we'll bring gear down. And we're below our next notch of flaps and our full flat notch of flaps. Localizers have acquired the signal. I think we gotta wait for this diamond to come down and then hit approach. So then we can remain on the glide path. Okay, I think this is the glide slope arrow here. I hope. Let's arm the approach. Did not work. There we go. Milan Tower, Knight Rider 26 with information whiskey established on the ILS 35 left.
Knight Rider 26, Malpensa Tower, wind 185 at 6, runway 35 left cleared to land.
Runway 35 left, cleared to land. Thanks for the numbers. Knight Rider 26. Okay, so we got the localizer. We're on the glide slope. Auto throttle's doing its thing. We're just kind of coasting in from here. So let's see if we can get on the ground. Synthetic vision is pretty cool. Not sure what that means. This one. I'm gonna have to look this one up too. I'm not sure what that... Okay, it's gone. We've got rain. I'm gonna look at the Milan chart real quick. Should have done this before, but just want to see what the airport chart looks like. We're landing 35 left. I don't know if there's any high-speed exits. I guess we've got Foxtrot, Foxtrot Echo, Delta Bravo, Delta Alpha. We'll see if they tell us when to get off. There it is, we can see it. We're at 1,200 feet, so we're within our minimums of 900. Autopilot's still doing his thing. I will disconnect autopilot about 200 feet. Feels pretty good about right there.
Autopilot.
Get back over center line, and we're gonna go idle, get a good sight picture. And we're in ground effect. Let's look to the end of the runway. Hold it off. Hold it off. There we go. And we're down. Maintain center line. Flaps come up. Clean up the plane. And we should be able to make this next exit here.
Night Rider 26, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway, Night Rider 26.
Night Rider 26, contact ground 121.825.
121.825, Night Rider 26. Taxi we're on. Ground, Night Rider 26, clear of runway 35 left at Lima.
Night Rider 26, welcome to Malpensa. Stay parking, advise if need assignment.
Request parking assignment, Night Rider 26.
Night Rider 26, say again, ramp number.
I'm actually just gonna park it. I'll just say that, whatever, and
Allocated ramp is
we'll
fine.
park wherever.
Night Rider 26.
Night Rider 26, ramp tree taxi via Whiskey, Kilo.
Let's go check out this real big boy over here. That's a big jet. I'm not super good with planes, so I can't tell you if it was that like, it's like, is that an A380? I have no idea.
Night Rider 26, ramp tree taxi via Whiskey, Kilo.
Let's park next to it for fun. That is a big one. All right.
Night Rider 26, Malpensa ground.
A380-800. Oof. All right, sweet. Okay, parking brake's coming on. Let's shut down the plane. If my game will listen to me, it's kind of lagging. There we go. Let's get things turned off. Engine coming off.
Ryanair 62 uniform. Ramp 552. Request pushback. Ryanair 62 uniform. Malpensa ground. Pushback approved. Face south.
Alright, we're completely done. And shut down. Cool. Let's check out Milan Airport. Oh no, it's gonna be, we're way off from, it was supposed to follow my plane, but anyway, we don't need that. Yeah, welcome to Milan, Italy. We made it. Still learning something new every day, and thanks for flying with me. If you like the PC-12, if you like Beyond ATC, that's pretty awesome. Leave a comment, and yeah, until next time, we'll catch you later.